I'm in the UK and I'm going to make some sourdough using some King Arthur flour all the way from America. I've tagged her below, but Sugar's Sourdough Kitchen sent me this. Now, I don't think it's going to be something that I'm going to be able to replicate because I think the postage costs of getting this sent to me were off the scale, but I feel very privileged to have been sent this, and I'm going to make myself a loaf with it. Now, it has a protein content of 12.7, so it's nice and high, and I know that lots of people rave about the King Arthur flour, so I want to see what it turns out like using the recipe that I normally use for my sourdough. 300 grams of water, 150 grams of active starter. You will notice that the flour is in a jar and not in the bag, and that's because I think that the postman was using the parcel as a football or something, because the bag was completely split when I got it. 500 grams of the King Arthur flour, and it's so funny because I follow so many people on here that are using this flour, and it's one of those things that you think, oh, I can never try it because I don't live there, but now I can. I sent her a bag of flour as well, and I can't wait for her to get it so that she can give it a try as well. And then I'm adding in 10 grams of salt. There we go, and that's the dough made. Because it's a little bit cold, I am going to be putting it on the heat mat, but I'm not going to be putting it on the heat mat for very long, because I do find that the dough does start to get hot quite quickly, and then it actually retains the heat. So I wouldn't recommend doing it and then leaving it on a heat mat for like the whole bulk fermentation, because you will find that your dough might go over 30 degrees, which isn't ideal for sourdough. Well, it's forming together very nicely. And as you know, I've tried lots of different flours, so it is really nice to try different ones just to see how they turn out, because as I've noticed, they are all completely different. It's made a dough that I like. This is going in the right direction. If you watched my flour series, I found that the ones that didn't end up really stretchy during this particular process generally turned out okay, because some of them that had a very low protein content, I'd pick that up and then you'd end up with this huge stretch, whereas this one is coming out as one. So I've got high hopes for this. So I'm going to leave this on the side now and just follow all of the things that I normally do. So do the stretch and fold every 30 minutes and then leave it to bulk ferment, but I think I will put it on the heat mat. So do come back tomorrow and let me bake this up and get it kind of ready and see what we think of an American flour in the UK.